You know, I would start off this video with a stupid B-movie joke, but as much as I would love to do that, that joke is way too easy to make. Big Swingin Sister is a super unique mod. The main musical focus being jazz is one of my favorite concepts for any rhythm game, created by Juno Songs, the same creator of Shinobi Scramble, an underrated mod that I might touch on in the future. They know what they're doing. We meet girlfriend's big sister and her jazz crew, and we get an amazing musical dynamic with some old school jazz and modern rap blended together. Jazz and rap can go very well together in real life, but I was very intrigued with how it could work here. This is one of few times where we aren't on a hit list and we can just enjoy ourselves with the magic of jazz. Let's get into it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, it's safe to say I still don't like this song. Even though the difficulty is a bit lower, it's still really hard. I think it sounds better here than it does in the DDLC mod, and I really like Monica making a small cameo here. Although I do wish she added her vocals to this song instead of just Theo. I do believe this is the weakest remix, but I'm not gonna say it's overall terrible, but it just flies over my head every time.
Three, two, one, go!
I'm not expecting these remixes to be completely different from their originals, but it's not super offensive when some of them stick to the original. Endless, from what I know, stays faithful the most out of all these remixes, and it's not a bad thing. I've heard this song many times before this mod even came out, and I have a feeling that if this was my introduction to this song and the entire Sonic.EXE mod as a whole, I would be more impressed. It's a really good song, but I feel it to be relatively inconsistent, kinda similar to Sayori songs in the DDLC mod in my opinion. There are parts of the song I like and find catchy, while other parts are kind of just there. I do like the vocals of both Raquel and Boyfriend, and I believe that the muffled trumpet sound in the background was a smart move for this song, instead of it being the very sound dominant instrument it is. Everything sounds fine here, but everything else in front of it does much more for me.
Three, two, one, go!
This overall song reminds me of Skullgirls music, and that's pretty cool. I really like Sister and Boyfriend's chemistry in this entire mod, but this is the weakest of that dynamic in my opinion. I really do like how she bounces from playing the trumpet to her vocals with Boyfriend. I think it's super impressive and brings more immersion and variety to the song itself. The smaller aspects really shine, but the biggest aspect for me is her range when she plays the trumpet. My god, can she ever hit some high notes. It's an immaculate sound and brings a lot more to the song.
Three, two, one, go!
I think Boyfriend starts off a little cold as he sounds a tad bit off, but luckily he's able to bring it back. Sis gives us a very solid vocal performance and really shows off her skills on the best brass instrument. I really didn't think I would enjoy the slower pace, but Sis and Boyfriend really bring it all together with both of their performances. The trumpet is put in all the right places, and I see this as a song that would be played after hours at a jazz club. This makes very good background music after an exhausting long day. The more I listen to it, the more I get the urge to place it higher, but even after growing on me a lot, I can't put it higher even though it is a stunning piece of art with an amazing final third act.
Three, two, one, go!
You know, Tricky is a fun mod, so let's get an epic saxophone adaptation. The title is super clever, and I believe that if this song was to be converted to any instrument, it would 100% be the saxophone. The super fast pace is exactly what the Tricky mod is all about, and that includes the charting, which is a ton of fun to play. Around halfway through, we get a lot more intensity with every background instrument, and that also includes the main performance of the tuner saxophone. I love how busy and city sounding this song is. It's super fun, and you can already tell that Raquel is vibing. I believe when things start to pick up, that's the biggest green, and it's super enjoyable to listen to. Only time will tell as to when I'll rank the Tricky mod.
Three, two, one, go!
First things first, I love how Sis plays the trumpet for the entire song. It really shows off her instrumental range. Slow songs can be very catchy, and this is no exception. Speaking of which, the song takes its sweet time building up, and it doesn't take that long. Boyfriend is the obvious choice for the main vocals while Sis is doing her thing. My favorite part of the song is when Sis does her solo. Kind of. It really stands out, and I like how Boyfriend acts as a background vocalist, and the vibes makes me think that this song could be played at any local coffee shop.
Three, two, one, go!
It makes makes sense that the creator of this mod and Shinobi Scramble sliced their own songs into this mod as a remix. I like both versions of Kunai, and it's really tough to pick one over the other. I believe this is the most faithful remix, and Near the Middle is my favorite trumpet solo from Sis, and Boyfriend's vocal solos is top tier as well. It reminds me of how every dad battle variation has their own solos in the middle. I do believe that their chemistry could have been a bit better here, but it's as clear as day that it's not the main aspect of this song. I like Kunai a lot, and I wish Shinobi Scramble was talked about more.
Three, two, one, go!
This gives off a faint but very smooth bass sound. I love these fresh vibes. I believe that the bass is an underrated instrument, and I also believe with the addition of a nice bass to any jazz instrumental, it could possibly make it feel more complete. Consistent pacing and the background instruments also give this song so much more depth and variety. It's a great listen, and I'd say it could possibly be underrated.
Three, two, one, go!
Without a doubt my favorite remix coming from the Entity mod. This song fits Minji to a capital T. I like how they added some really good parts that weren't in the original and they're mainly used for the drum solos. It makes the remix more unique. The background instruments are very important and super prominent. For me, this is the third most fun song to play as the charting is amazing and very similar to the original. I think the drums give this song even more powerful energy and the solos are super solid as well. Minji is one of my favorite characters in this mod, and if you're a fan of watermelon crushing thighs, play this mod. You may not be able to see it, but trust me on this.
Three, two, one, go!
This is the most fun and satisfying song to play, the best charting, and it carries this entire song, but that doesn't mean that everything else is mediocre. I love the saxophone, and Shorty gives us a damn good performance, and yes, that is his name, alright? Relax. The main chorus sounds like it's descending or gracefully skydiving. It's not a bad thing, but it's not starting off from a low note and making its way up. It's the opposite. An energetic and bouncy instrumental with some beautiful saxophone. I could totally go for some pesto right now.
Three, two, one, go!
Lay it down in D flat.
A great way to introduce us to our beautiful trumpet player and the rest of the crew. The best chemistry between these two and her vocals are a nice addition, but I believe the trumpet is the biggest X factor of this song. Sis herself brings two great halves. Her vocals give off the chill vibes, while her trumpet gives the song more catch, bounce, and extra energy. Boyfriend's vocal range shows a lot in this entire mod, and it starts with this amazing song. Near the middle, we get our first of many amazing solos a la Dad Battle, and to think we get some great energy despite the slower pace. Even the ending is very strong as it makes you want more. First impressions are always very important and usually sets the tone for everything coming up. This is a great way to start off, and it clearly gets better from here. Also, I'm very biased towards the sounds of a beautiful trumpet.
Three, two, one, go!
I believe this to be the second most fun song to play behind Pesto, and this energy is unmatched. This may be a jazz club, but that doesn't mean the drummer can't go off. I never expected this chemistry between Minji and Boyfriend, but it works so well. Obviously, the trumpet has to make an appearance as a top tier instrument, whether it's in the foreground or the background, and in this case, it's the latter. The piano is a great addition as well. The final third of the song is very smart as it shows off Minji's ability to turn people on. Just look at Sis in the background. She really does a great job keeping up with Boyfriend's vocals as a drummer, and if Sis wasn't playing the trumpet, I think I know who best girl would be.
Three, two,
This is everything I wanted out of a piano performance. Theo is probably my favorite character because of the immaculate vibes he radiates. The piano has always been a tough love instrument in my eyes because of how long it takes to master it. I personally wouldn't know because I've only played the trumpet in my life, but my point still stands. Theo has the most smooth and crispy vocals out of every single character in this mod. The song itself is just as smooth and clean. I like how his vocals and the sounds of the piano match together throughout the song, and the trumpet in the background gives this more charm, but what makes this song number one for me is the stunning solos. The piano solo got me jamming with tears running down my face as it's so catchy and it's like silk in your ears. Boyfriend solo was great, but nothing beats that piano solo. This song makes me appreciate the piano a lot more. Wii Music really does the piano and every other instrument dirty with its existence the more I look at it.
Right, you can sing chords. Tight. Okay, I feel it.
Jazz is an amazing genre of music, and I'm so happy that the team of this mod took it in that direction and made something super memorable and so much fun. The amazing cast of new characters, the environments, and most of all the music is all top tier. Massive shoutouts to everyone who worked on this mod, and especially the musicians who gave an amazing musical performance. I would love to see more of this in the future instead of the same creepypasta stuff we seem to be getting more and more of. I also don't want to see any comments about the lick. Not only is it 2 to 3 seconds of hilarity, but I don't even know what it's referencing or if it's an original piece on its own.